So, sup you chuckle fucks, it's your boy Takraku here with What If Issei becomes like Mahito after finding about the truth about his reincarnation. But yeah, we are going into the adventures of what if this man literally had what's it called? What was it called? Transfer figuring what the fuck? I forgot Mahito's ability. All I remember is it allows to control and not control, mostly it's more like he can somewhat like control and like change his soul structure. So yeah, pretty much that's what Issei is going to literally have. But let me begin to the storyline so I won't actually bore you with the details that much, and let's begin. I actually never thought of actually making a what if like this. I just, for some reason, when I was watching that part where fucking Yuji punches the shit out of Mahito who just transformed or whatever, yeah, or mostly when he hit that black flash, yeah, I just realized, did I ever do a what if like this? No, yeah, probably going to do it now. Because I was just thinking of, what should I do for my what ifs? Like, I know I should do the Aizen one or like the other ones. But of course, I also want to get through what's it called, the Fullbringer arc for mostly Ichigo, because I have two different what ifs that mostly I thought of to do. But the problem is I have not gotten to the Fullbringer arc, so I don't know any of the characters. The only reason why I care about going to the Fullbringer arc is because when Ichigo loses his powers, I don't remember what exactly happens. But yeah. But that is not the point here, there, or whatever. Let's begin into this what if. Let us begin into mostly the adventures of trying to find who he truly is or what is his purpose. But yeah, we go into mostly after the fight with Riser. After the fight with Riser and mostly Ria's actually getting out of the marriage. This is where, Issei one day was going to, what's it called, the ORC, just rushing over because he finally finished, what's it called, a contract and actually managed to get like some stuff. But yeah, he finished two of them and he managed to grab some stuff, and yeah, he was so happy, cheerful. He was just like this one right here, this image right here. So cheerful. Until when he gets there, this is where, he overhears mostly Rias, Akano, Kiba, and Konako talking kind of smack about him. The reason why is because mostly since Issei's perverted kind of title in the school is crazy and everyone knows about who he really is, the ORC has been getting bad credits and why they have Issei with them. Rias is thinking to actually kind of kicking him out because, entirely, he's not really needed anymore after the whole battle with Riser. Like, she's happy she's finally free. She's happy that she no longer needs to marry Riser. So, of course, she really doesn't need Issei no more. That's all that was Issei meant for her. Pretty much just a pawn in a bigger game to be free from Riser. This is where, Kiba, who really doesn't have a fully grasp on Issei, like, their friendship is just kind of beginning. Since like the beginning and other things. So of course that whole like sword helping him out, no, that still haven't happened. So of course the word Kiba kind of agrees with it. He kind of just really, he doesn't really care about his like whole kind of entitlement for the school and girls liking him. Yeah, pretty much he just doesn't want to get bothered too much. But pretty much the girls have been looking at him like if he was kind of swinging for Issei, but yeah, which he's not. This is where, mostly he doesn't want to have that reputation, but yeah, and he's not perfect. This is where, Konako just wants to kick him out because entirely she doesn't like Issei at all. And then there's Akano who's saying, ara ara. This is where she's the only one with the kind of fake smile because she's forcing in how she doesn't really hate Issei. She also, she doesn't hate him because, the reason why she doesn't hate him or just dislike him or whatever is just because mostly thanks to her falling side, she feels responsible that basically since Rainer killed him, she feels kind of responsible and not kind of kicking him out, but she doesn't say anything. She kind of just lets the others kind of just talk. So of course right now Asia is also there and she's really nervous. She doesn't know if she should agree with them or disagree, but she doesn't want to like disagree with the majority, so of course she just decided to agree with mostly Rias and the others. This is where Issei was seeing this and his heart shattered. His soul has just been turned darker after hearing all this. Well, except for mostly Akano talking. He kind of just grins, but this kind of new color of eyes actually appear. Instead of being brown, they become almost a shaded blue for almost a split second. This is where, well, but of course, this is where, well, with that happening, this is where, well, mostly he almost had a different color of blue eye, with a different color of brown eye being like a lighter brown eye. Someone, this is where, well, mostly Issei ran off after that. This is where he runs out of the ORC building, just kind of gets to the park. This is where, well, the only reason he gets to the park is because, well, not really to the park. He runs past the park, he runs past his house, he just kind of gets to the forest outside of Kuo. This is where, well, he's trembling, he's shaking. And since he still hasn't had a great connection with Dietrich because of his lack of training and motivation, he just feels torn. He feels like mostly everything that he tries to fight for was all a lie. He really hoped that mostly the others in the ORC would believe that he changed. That mostly he wasn't entirely like this pervert. That they would believe that he was like this nice guy who's willing to help anyone. But no, everyone just sees him as this pervert, as this weakling, as this person that can just be used by them. This is where, well, Issei just starts kind of crying. This is where, well, he kind of cries and kind of says, why? Why did everyone believe that? Why does every time I try to make friends, people just keep using me? Am I just a tool for people? Why? This is where, well, he says, yes, I must be a tool for people to use. That's how human society works. People use people. Yes. That's how it works, right? This is where, well, he's actually kind of getting the same idea, mostly ideal as mostly Mahito. His body is starting to change from being a devil to a cursed spirit. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, that's what it means to be a human, right? That's what it means to be it. This is where, well, he starts laughing like crazy, realizing that that's how a human works. That's how devils works. That's how everyone in the world works. This is where, well, his body starts changing, his eyes starts changing also. His hair starts turning a palish blue color. Instead of brown, it's kind of a little bit palish blue. So kind of like this. His skin started becoming more paler, but this is where, well, mostly marks started appearing near his neck. Now, he's not going to be having like the patch face and other than that, similar to that of Mahito's, just having bluish marks. So it's kind of looking more like this. This is where, well, he starts laughing, saying, yes, that's what everyone sees me as. Just a useless pervert. Someone to be used, right? Then I'll use people to my advantage. Then I'll use anything to my advantage to show this world that I am here, that I exist, and that I am stronger. This is where negative curse energy started appearing around him. Well, being just normal curse energy, but yeah, mostly this negative energy. This is where his magic is being released from his body, but instead of just being magic, it turns into curse energy. This is where, well, mostly Issei starts being reborn. This is where, well, we'll see the curse energy around him starts kind of going around his body, making a circle around him like a cocoon. This is where, well, a day has passed after this mostly event. This is where, well, we go into the next day, like in the morning, somewhere in the morning. This is where the cocoon right now gets a fist through what they call like the inside. This is where, well, someone right now just moves his hand and trying to grasp something outside until he grasps the freaking cocoon kind of like shell and just shatter it. This is where, well, this is where not Mahito, but mostly Issei is now reborn. He looks completely different. This is where, well, he punches through the thing and just like, this is how his new look looks like. He still has a bit of tint of brown in his hair, but this is where it's kind of like a dull-ish dark blue. This is long also, and this is where one eye is red and one eye is blue. This is where, well, he has markings around his neck, but this is where, well, he kind of just like stretches out his neck and kind of cracks and says, ugh, I feel different. I feel reborn. I feel like I still don't know myself entirely. Who am I? No, I know who I am. I'm Issei. No, what I don't mean about truly my acknowledgement on who I am or who I used to be. I'm trying to know in who truly I am. I feel so strange. His hand becomes a purplish energy color, and that is his curse energy, and this is where, well, he says, I feel like I can do something with my soul. Like, this is where he touches himself, and this is where he just, like, closes his eyes and tries to think of what his soul looks like. That is not the perfect shape. No, that doesn't look like the perfect shape of my soul. What is this? I see. So this is truly not the perfect shape. He moves it around to move his like arms and other things. This is where he can even shapeshift his like body. This is where he makes a sword out of his hand, and this is where he says, I see. Do I have some kind of soul manipulation ability? This is interesting. This energy I feel around me. It's like the negative emotions I can feel. And I have such large amounts of it. Yes, he has large amounts of energy around him. Mostly coils. Because of the fact that he has lots of negative emotions. And he is born out of humanity, suffering and actually knowing the ideas of how humanity works like. This is where, well, even double like. This is where he says, also, are those evil pieces within my soul? Why are they there? He decides to pull out his hand, and this is where he pulls out 8 evil pieces. But they are no longer, well, mostly a crimson red, but instead a very kind of like dulish, palish blue color, like his own soul. This is where, well, he kind of like looks at them and says, I see. So I'm no longer a devil. But what am I exactly? If I'm no devil, but I am human, does that mean I don't know what this energy is, but I can just call it curse, because that's how I feel like. I feel like a cursed being. Would I call myself a cursed spirit? No. But then again, I do have this hatred towards devils and anything else. Then I definitely call myself a spirit. A cursed spirit. But that's not the point. I also sense a dragon within me. It is sleeping. They don't even know if I should talk to her or not. I should ignore it. This is where he just shoves his like 8 pieces in his body. He can move them. He can remove them and take them out whenever he feels like it. It doesn't even affect him. It doesn't kill him, because entirely his what's it called, lifespan has actually changed. It's no longer the same lifespan as a devil. It's the same lifespan as a cursed spirit. And however long they live, it's the same amount for Issei. So yeah, Issei can live for just however many years, because cursed spirits I don't think has a lifespan towards a normal human. So yeah, they're basically somewhat immortal for mostly their ages and timeless. So yeah, they can, I mean, not really kind of, I think they can age, but I don't think so. This is where, well, yeah, I don't think they can just change their looks or whatever. But this is where, well, Issei kind of says, but that is not the point. I should change to my old figure so people won't mistake me. Or I can go for the second option and actually find my true self. But first, this is where, well, he hears noise from actually somewhere, and this is where it's like a group of students from a different school about of like attack and actually kind of are just like female from mostly the same school. And this is where, well, it's like a group of gangsters, and this is where they're saying, come on, little girl. Come with us. You know you want to. This is where the girl kind of has like pinkish hair and like this innocent blue eyes. And this is where, well, she said, no, I don't want to. This is where, well, mostly, well, everyone, all the gangsters saying, too innocent for your own liking. Well, we will help you for your innocence. They're about to grin and about to like take her until mostly, or she doesn't have pink hair, guys. Actually, wait, anyway. So yeah, she pretty much just looks like that. You want to swear? I'm just gonna say that her name is Mahito. Yeah, you want to fuck it. But this is where, well, pretty much the gangsters were about to like touch her and actually like are. But this is where, well, someone right now says, oi, 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 and look at that. I find a group of humans trying to take advantage against another human. This is where, well, the group of gangsters right now notice Issei. Issei's walking through the tree lines, and this is where, well, his outfit did change thanks to the fact that he uses his own manipulation of body, mostly, yeah, curse energy. And this is where he managed to change. This is where, well, mostly they say, "Who the hell are you?" This is where, well, mostly Issei grins and appears right in towards someone's chest, one of the guy's chest, and this is where he says, "Me? Well, you can just say that I'm your friendly neighborhood criminal, or not criminal, curse spirit." This is where, well, when Issei touches his body, he can feel the soul, and this is where he grins. He didn't just explode the soul. This is where, well, he exploded the person's body, and this is where the person died in, and then he just combusted. Well, not combusted like flames, he just exploded. This is where the others wind their eyes and sees mostly Issei just rushing after them. Die, you weakling humans. This is where, well, mostly Issei has the psychotic grin before just killing them up. This is where Issei gets up, and right now it just moves his hair up, and this is where, well, mostly the girl right now looks at this horrifying, but this is where, well, she's scared and can't really move. She's frozen and just still, and this is where, well, Issei says, "What are you looking at? What? Do you think I'm a hero and I saved you out of my kindness of my heart? Don't get the wrong mistake, human. I'm not like you. I'm nothing like you, so leave me alone." This is where, well, Issei starts walking away, but yeah. But this is where I'm going to leave it off because I got to be going by, so yeah.